got my calm candle burning, setting the mood, setting the tone, setting the day. The key to being happy right now is feeling safe to do so. It's feeling safe to let go of any worry, doubt, and fear that we're experiencing in our mind so that we can drop into feeling good in this moment. Now, this is easier said than done because our primal brains are wired in fear. Our heads are constantly scared about something, nervous that this future outcome will or won't happen, worried about not getting the thing we want, afraid what people think about what we said 10 minutes ago. And so if we don't know how to shut that off, the ongoing continuous fear, we won't feel safe enough to just be happy in the present moment. Our brains are like, absolutely not. You cannot feel good right now. You've got to worry about this other thing, the thing from the past or the thing in the future. Until that is resolved, you can't feel good. You can't have fun. You can't be happy. And here's the other big issue. Not only do our brains run on fear by default, but a lot of us convince ourselves that when we get to some future moment, then we'll be safe enough to be happy. When I just get this thing that I don't have, when I achieve this goal, when I figure this out, when I finally make sense of my past. It's this idea that when I get somewhere else, my problems will disappear and that worry, doubt, and fear will disappear and I'll finally feel safe to just be happy. Okay, guys, this is simply not true. There will always be a reason not to be happy. I finally reached my goal. Oh shit. How am I going to reach the next goal? I figured this out finally. Oh no, people are dying in the world. My kid is sick from school. This deal just fell through. We need a bigger house. There will always be a reason not to be happy. When you really understand this, that there will always be a reason not to be happy, no matter what your circumstances are, it's easier to just choose to be happy now. Because while there are always reasons to be unhappy, there are always reasons to be happy. You've just got to choose. Allow yourself to feel good right now. One, understand that there will always be a reason to be unhappy. No future moment or correction of the past will make you worry-free. Not a one. No change in your circumstance can make you feel safe enough. It might temporarily, like you'll get that dopamine hit from meeting someone romantically or hitting that goal or uncovering that miracle solution in therapy, whatever. But once that dopamine hit wears off, usually within a couple of hours, your brain is right back to worry, doubt, and fear. And so knowing that there will always be a new reason not to feel safe, to just be happy, you can too manage your brain to feel safe in the present. If you don't feel safe to feel joy in your current circumstances, you won't be able to do it over there with a new set of circumstances. The safety that you're seeking to finally feel happy happens in your mind. You either lose yourself in fear or soothe yourself towards safety with your thoughts. That's it. Safety is a feeling we create from our thinking. So if I have thoughts like something has gone terribly wrong, I need this thing, I don't know what to do, those thoughts create a feeling of unsafety. I cannot be here. I cannot be where I currently am. And when we feel unsafe being where we are, we try to fix the feeling by trying really hard to control our circumstances and change them to then feel good. That never works because even if and when we get over there, ding, 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 there's another reason to be unhappy. If we haven't rewired our brain to be happy in the present moment, when we get over there, which is the present moment, we won't be happy. Make sense? Your thoughts don't magically change when your circumstances change. That's the lie we tell ourselves. When I have X amount of money in my bank account, when I'm committed in a relationship, when I have the house, that's the lie we tell ourselves. And it's the lie that keeps us from feeling good right now, chasing after something else, and not feeling any different over there. Switching gears quickly, I want to show you how feeling unsafe manifests itself in the way we show up in the world today. In other words, these are signs that your brain doesn't feel safe in the present moment. Anxiety. Anxiety happens when we're having fear-based thoughts that fuel negative emotion, i.e. fear and worry, yet we aren't fully processing the physical manifestations of those thoughts. It's when we try to avoid feeling negative emotion and it then turns itself into what we call anxiety. Anxiety is a very common and obvious red flag that we have unresolved mental and emotional baggage that needs attention. This is why coaching and learning how to manage your thoughts and feelings continues to be such a profound practice in people's lives. Like if you read through my testimonials, almost every client mentions anxiety and the impact that coaching has had in solving this problem. Because when you learn to look at your thoughts objectively and not make them a problem, you're granting yourself the permission to feel through the emotion. And guess what happens when you feel through emotions? You release them. And in that release is where you discover the safety to believe new, better feeling thoughts, and voila, to feel better, to feel happy now. Another way feeling unsafe manifests itself is overthinking, overanalyzing, and overcomplicating. It's when we're all up in our heads trying to solve something. We're constantly trying to figure something out. Again, our brains are like, you cannot feel good right now until you figure this out. It causes us to overthink and overthink and overthink like crazy to the point where we just want to take our head off of our body because our brains are just in overdrive trying so hard to get to the other side of something, not listening. Okay. Have you ever been around someone who's nodding away as you're talking to them, but it's so obvious that they're checked out? Like physically they're there, but mentally they're all up in their own head. They're thinking about what to say next or thinking about what they need to do that day. You want to notice when you're doing this, when your partner or child or friend is talking to you and you're disengaged from the conversation because you're thinking about something completely different. Something that happened yesterday or about something in the future. Rushing to the next thing. A couple of years ago, I was at the mall. I had this big list of to-dos and I was going around town checking things off my list. And I was on the escalator going up to the second floor. And even on this fast-moving machine, I was still speeding, racing up this escalator. And I fell. And the woman behind me was like, oh my God, like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, thank you. Sorry, I'm just in a rush. And after that, I thought, why am I in a rush? Why am I racing to get all of these things done on my list? Because it wasn't a one-off situation. This is something I recognized I did often. Always in a rush to do the next thing and get on to the next and the next. And we do this when we don't feel safe in the present moment. Like, we've got to do XYZ first. Come on, this moment in front of you, it's not good enough. Being in your car on your way to the errand is not good enough. We've just got to get to the mall. Oh, okay, we're at the mall. Not good enough. You got to do the return. You've got to complete the transaction. Oh, you did the return? Okay, well, nope. But we got to get home fast because you're hungry and we can't feel good until you're fed. Being in a rush is a clear sign you're trying to escape the present moment to feel better. Grasping onto a strict agenda. This is when we try to manipulate a specific outcome to feel good. For example, I need to get into law school. This is the only path that will make me happy. I need this business plan to work. If it doesn't work, I'll feel awful. I need this person to call me back right away. A lot of us do this in our day-to-day. We try to control the day-to-day plan. Like, have you ever been around a highly anxious person who has a strict itinerary of how the day is gonna go? We've gotta get here at 1 p.m. and at 2 p.m. we're gonna go to lunch. We cannot be late. We must be on time because we can't miss this thing that I've planned at 3 p.m. If we miss it, we get charged and we can't miss that. We can't let that happen. It's having firm expectations of how things should be. Not too long ago, Nathan and I were in Santa Barbara frolicking around, and I had a plan to go to happy hour from 5 to 6 back at our hotel, and then we had dinner reservations after that. Well, amidst our frolicking, we ended up at a different resort. We sat down, we got a drink, sitting right on the water, right on the beach. The weather was perfection. Sunny, 75 degrees. They were playing the best music, just such a vibe. And as we sat there, more and more people started coming in, and we had the best table in the house, hands down. And as it's nearing 5 o'clock, I'm like, okay, we gotta go. We gotta go to the happy hour at our hotel. And he's like, or we can stay here at this prime real estate table that we have, order dinner here, and watch this beautiful sunset right in front of us. And as happy as I was in that setting, I noticed my brain wanting to fight me. It said, nope. You have a plan. Stick to the plan. Do not feel safe and good here. Such good awareness. When we grasp onto our strict agenda of how we think things should be, it stops us from experiencing and enjoying the flow state of the present moment. Like, it was through our spontaneous frolicking, no plan, that we were in every moment exactly where we were supposed to be. And we happened to stumble upon what's now one of our favorite places, a place that inspired our upcoming wedding. What I'm saying is the present moment is never the problem, ever. It's when we get in the way of that. It's when we try to control our circumstances, people, places, and things to feel good, instead of allowing the ever-present state of joy to take over. I hope this video helped you guys, if nothing else, to become more aware of the present moment and when you've stepped outside of it. If you want to learn how to master your own thoughts and feelings and live a much more joyful life, you can check out my coaching program. The link is down below. You get weekly coaching with me, and you get instant access to the coaching portal. It's a space dedicated to your mental and emotional well-being. I will see you guys inside. See you next Wednesday. Bye.